Hello, this is Joseph Zoll. So what is going on with redistricting? And first, my short commercial. As you see behind me, I have some books for sale, and a link for the books, as well as some links for free material, are located down below in the description. Please stop by the description before you leave. End of commercial. So what is going on? Well, first, as far as the House of Representatives is concerned, is by population. The Senate is 2 per state. While the House of Representatives consists of 435 members apportioned around the country by population, the census is required in the Constitution every 10 years, every year ending in a 0, partly to determine the population in the various states so that by act of Congress, a given number of representatives can be assigned to each state. The average population in a congressional district today is 760,000 people, not voters, but people, everybody. There are some exceptions. Wyoming is a very small population state, under 600,000 people. They still have 1 representative because the Constitution requires even the smallest population states will have representation in the House. Every state must have at least 1. So that 1 representative for 600,000 people throws the average off a bit, but on average it's 760,000. Texas has 38 representatives, a high population state. The Republican governor of Texas has called the Republican legislature of Texas into special session in order to redraw the lines, to redistrict. Now, normally, redistricting is done shortly after the results are in from a decennial census. Decennial simply every 10 years. So for the 2022 elections and going forward, Congress allocated 38 seats to Texas. So how do they get 5 extra Republican seats, which is what they want to do? Well, they can't enlarge the delegation from 38 to 43. That's set. But they can change the district lines. Now, it's very unusual to do this between census taking. Usually, every 10 years we do the census, then the legislatures reapportion, and the newly drawn districts take effect in the next election, beginning with 2. So 2020 to 2022. And it's not touched again until the next census comes along, in this case in 2030. In 2031, the legislatures would redraw the lines, except in states like Wyoming, where there are no individual districts, and those new lines would take effect at 2032 election and forward. To change now is really changing the rules in the middle of the game, as I see it. Now, they can't add 5 more congressional districts to Texas. That's set at 38. But they can manipulate the lines so that they can have 5 more Republican districts. So I have an imaginary state for you. It is shaped kind of like Wyoming or Colorado, but it's neither. It's imaginary, and they have 6 congressional districts. At the moment, each of these congressional districts is laid out, I would say, quite fairly. In each district, we have 45% Republicans, 45% Democrats, and 10% other, representing independents and members of smaller parties such as the Libertarians and the Greens. So every one of those congressional districts could go either way. We could end up on election day with 6 elected Republicans, or 6 elected Democrats, or 3 and 3, or any other possible combination of the 6 available seats. Our Republican legislature has found that the Democrats are heavily concentrated in the middle of the state horizontally, as shown here. So they have decided to give those Democrats their own congressional district and their own congressman. They're going to make that a congressional district. It's 90% Democratic, 5% Republican, and 5% other. The Democrats should have very little difficulty winning that seat. What about the other 5 seats? Once we have all the Democrats in this district that we find that we can establish the other 5 districts with slightly different lines, and now they will be 55% Republican, 35% Democratic, and 10% other. These are now districts which give the Republicans a considerable edge. Perhaps they will pick up some independent votes. Perhaps they will pick up some stray Democrats. The odds are really pretty good that you're going to win all those 5 seats. So in essence, it's a sacrifice play, giving away 1 seat to the Democrats in order to gain 5 pretty sure seats for the Republicans instead of having 6 seats that could go either way. So this is what is happening now. As this video was published August 6, 2025, many Democrats have left the state, and that's enough to prevent the legislature from having a quorum, which means they can't do any business until they do get a quorum, which is simply enough members that are required to be able to do business. So at this moment, they can't pass anything in the special session. We'll see where this develops. Always bear in mind, when the special session ends, if nothing has been resolved, the governor can still call another special session and we can start all over again. But this is what's going on in Texas now, and I hope this has been informative for you. If you liked today's video and did find it informative, please subscribe, give us a like, and click the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of the other videos we'll have coming up. Thank you for joining me today.